Here are 5 things that you may not know about one of my favorite comedic actors, Don Knotts. Now, what you probably do know is that Don rose to fame in the early 60s as Officer Barney Fife on the classic TV series The Andy Griffith Show. It was just such a classic and iconic performance that when Don left after the 5th season, well, it was a void that no one, especially not Deputy Warren, could fill. Don had a way of making fun of himself with his physical mannerisms, but underneath it all, there was just so much heart. And as a kid watching reruns of the Andy Griffith Show during the early 70s, I knew I was watching someone very special. Simply put, Don Knotts had a way of being memorably endearing in the most silly of ways. Okay, so let's talk about Don. First off, Don was born to older parents. They'd already raised 2 boys. When they got word that another was on the way, the story goes that it almost gave Don's dad a heart attack just thinking about what was in store. Secondly, Don enlisted in the Army as part of the Signal Corps originally and was a radio operator. However, over time, Don's duties also included entertaining the troops as a ventriloquist as well as performing stand-up. Number 3. As Deputy Barney Fife, Don won 5 Emmy Awards during the run of the Andy Griffith Show. And what's interesting to me is that 2 of those awards were won after he left the show as a full-time cast member. Yep, it was a couple of guest appearances that snagged Don 2 of those highly coveted Emmy statues. And speaking of the Andy Griffith Show, that takes us to number 4. Don was lifelong friends with Griffith. Up until the very end, those 2 fellers were very loyal friends. In fact, Andy was one of the last people to speak with Knotts before he passed away. And of course, Griffith couldn't resist the chance to heckle him just a bit by calling him by his given name of Jesse. Lastly, those of you who have followed Don's career after the Andy Griffith Show know that he played landlord Ralph Furley on Three's Company after the Ropers left for their own TV show. While I loved the Ropers, I do believe that Don added something extra special to that show, and it was truly a joy to watch Knotts work with such a talented young actor as John Ritter, who he became very close with as well. In fact, just before John's passing, his way too early passing, Knotts guest starred on his sitcom 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Daughter. Watching that episode again after the passing of both of these talented comedians, well, I'm grateful that their friendship created another opportunity for something as joyous as that to happen. One more piece of bonus trivia about Don's character, Barney Fife. Throughout the run of the Andy Griffith Show, Barney's middle name was inconsistent, to say the least. In the episode A Plaque for Mayberry, Andy states that Barney's middle name is Oliver. In later episodes, Barney refers to himself as Bernard P. Fife. And in the episode Class Reunion, the Mayberry Union High School yearbook lists Barney's name as Bernard Milton Fife. All right, now it's your turn. Please share your memories in the comments section. While you're at it, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And what the heck, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel? I talk about music, movies, and television, mostly from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.